Hi, it's Vex, and today we have our last Kaldheim deck tech. I know Time Spiral Remaster just came out, Strixhaven spoilers coming up, but you know what? Save the best for last. That's right. We have a doubling season on a commander. Well, at least half a doubling season. I'm not sure how you call half a doubling season. It's just a season, but whatever, however you want to put it. And it's not just on any commander. It is on a Phyrexian Praetor. Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider, that's right, 4 green. Amazing, 6 mana, trample haste. And essentially it has, if you would put one or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. So double the amount of counters you put on permanents. It doesn't do the token thing like doubling season, but double counter is pretty good. But the best part is, in true Vorinclex style, if an opponent would put one or more counters on a permanent or player, they put half that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead, rounded down. So what that means is if you're normally supposed to put one counter on a permanent, you put 0. Kind of like if you're playing standard, you play a saga. You put a saga on the battlefield, put 0 counters, it does nothing. Because next turn you put 0 counters on it does nothing. So it's great. Shuts down sagas cold. But anyways, we're not talking about standard. We're talking about commander. If you're playing against a +1/+1 counter deck, oh man, they would have such a problem with Vorinclex. So very, very excellent. Don't forget your tokens here. A bunch of tokens here. And then as you can see, we have 5 different emblems. So we're playing a lot of Planeswalkers, of course, because it says counters. It does what doubling season does. It doubles the Planeswalker counter. So that's amazing. Of course, we can't have the Vorinclex the Second without the OG Phyrexian Praetor. I think all these will get you ratted to Phyrexian Praetor. Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger, 6 green, 8 mana, trample, doubles your mana, halves their mana production. It's very salty. It's on one of the EDH Rec Salt list. But so you can play as your secondary commander, or just it's in the deck because it's just very, very fun. It does double things. So what we're going to talk about is doubling things. The most iconic thing to use to double things is doubling season. One of Marl's favorite cards. I bet you one day there'll be tripling season. One day. I bet you Marl has put on the list more times than he's tried. Than he wants to admit that he's tried to put on the list. And it keeps getting removed. But I bet you it will be tripling season. Just you wait. Everybody knows the doubling season does double tokens, double counters. The new one does the +1/+1 counters part of doubling season. Branching Evolution came from Jumpstart. Unfortunately, Jumpstart was short printed. But get this now before it gets too expensive. Just doubles the +1/+1 counters. And a really cool card. It's not technically doubling, but it just saves all your counters when things die. The Ozolith. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, had counters on it, put those counters on the Ozolith. And if you have Vorinclex, you put double the amount of counters on the Ozolith. I think. I got to check that ruling. But anyways, we'll check and get right back. And at the beginning of combat in your turn, if the Ozolith has counters on it, you may move all the counters from Ozolith onto another creature. So it kind of like saves the counters and moves it around. So really, really good. All right, just check the ruling on Ozolith. Actually, the cool part is it doesn't actually move counters. It just actually puts the same type of counters back on Ozolith. So if you happen to have 2, which Mirage Mirror or whatever, both of those permanents will get the same set of counters if something dies. So it's really cool and new. And Vorinclex will double those counters. So first set of cards you want to go through is Planeswalkers. And definitely want to go through this Planeswalker Second Ultimate right away. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Man, oh man, if you had Vorinclex and then 8 mana play Ugin, you could just gain 7, draw 7 permanents from your hand onto the battlefield. Use Vorinclex to double some of those counters on those permanents. Amazing. It's not as good as the Nicol Bolas Planeswalker, but we're not playing Grixis, so it is what it is. Garrett Carl Beast. So I do have a lot of these emblems here. It's kind of funny. Take a quick break. Like some emblems, there's like these kinds of emblems, the original ones, where they say the name. And there's like the next version of emblems that says emblem, but not the name of the creature. And then the newest version of emblems has the name again. So we're back to those. But anyways, back to Garrett Carl Beast. Let's just read the ultimate here. You get an emblem whenever you cast a creature spell. You may search your library for a creature card and put it onto the battlefield and shuffle your library. So you cast a creature, you get a creature. Very good. It does other stuff too. You know, may put a green creature card from your hand to the battlefield, but the cool part is the ultimate. Because that's what we're striving to do with Vorinclex is use it, double the counters, get the ultimate. The idea is if you have a Planeswalker that you can cast, like at 5 mana, you probably want to save it, play Vorinclex on the battlefield, then play the Planeswalker so you can do the ultimate shenanigans. Garrett, Primal Hunter, I just really love this. This creature actually, you know, can be played early if necessary. You know, +1 make a beast, -3 draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. Would kill Garrett normally, but with Vorinclex it starts with 6. And then -6, put 6/6 green worm token onto the battlefield for each land you control. So this is very good value, Garrett. Also, the cool part is if they're both on the battlefield, what you would do is when you +1, you would put 2 counters. Because the way Vorinclex's word is if you put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many. So the loyalty counters get doubled when you do that. It's a little different than doubling season here. The double season is in fact, it would place 1 or more counters on a permanent you control. It places twice that many counters on a permanent instead. And the reason this is different is double season says effect, so it has to be behind the colon. But this is if you would place, which means in front or behind. So it's a slightly different text, but it's really cool that it works that way. Next Planeswalker, we have Garrett Unleashed. Again, very cheap, costs 4 mana. Let's see what the ultimate does. You get an emblem at the beginning of your end step. You may search your library for a creature card and put it into the battlefield and shuffle your library. So again, more with the library creatures. You do have some big creatures like this Avenger Zendikar poking its head out right there. Nissa voices Zendikar. Now you can't ultimate Nissa right away because double 3 is 6 and -7. But the thing is, Nissa does +1/+1 counter, so we're trying to synergize a little bit with our commander because this. Well, I guess it's really synergizing with the commander, but +1/+1 counters is what the deck kind of wants to do. So this is really, really good there. Nissa Vital Force is amazing. Even without Vorinclex, Nissa can +1, then -6 for the emblem right away. Where it lands, enters the battlefield, draw a card. So it's a good one right there. And the cool part is she has to start with 5 loyalty. You go 10 -6. You could eventually make 2 emblems. Nissa Shakes the World. Very, very good. Doubles your mana. I mean, I think it's one of the staple mono green Planeswalkers. Could double your mana. Make lands into 3/3s, but the emblem is insane in a mono green deck. Or ultimate, I should say. It says lands you control have indestructible, but the next part is search your library for any number of force cards, put them on the battlefield tap. So essentially just gets all your force cards. Insane. Okay, so there's the Ugin, the Garrets, the Nissas, Vivian Reed, the new marquee Planeswalkers for green. Planeswalker for green. I like Nissa. She's my favorite, but Vivian's still good. And it helps you destroy artifacts, enchantments, and creatures. But the emblem right here, again, you get 10 loyalty with Vorinclex. And then creatures you control get +2/+2, vigilance, trample, and most importantly, indestructible. So Vivian Reed's really good. So we have our Planeswalkers here. But of course, we want to do +1/+1 counter themes. We can do other counter themes, like Infect or whatever, but I really like +1/+1 counters. And the best drive to do +1/+1 counters is Hydras. This deck isn't a Hydra deck per se. It's got a lot of Hydras in it. Well, not a lot, but it's got some Hydra theme, I should say. Voracious Hydra is really cool because these Hydras actually also have the word double. So with doubling season Vorinclex, you double, which is quadruple. It comes to battlefield with X +1/+1 counters. It could fight or double a number of X +1/+1 counters. So I just love the Hydras to say double when you have a doubling effect like Vorinclex. Primordial Hydra and ATB, X +1/+1 counters. Being your upkeep, double number of +1/+1 counters. So with Vorinclex, you quadruple. And as long as it has 10 counters, +1/+1 counters, it gets trample. So more doubling, fun. Colonial Hydra, it's not an X spell, but comes into play with 4 +1/+1. And when it attacks, I have to read this carefully. Double the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, including Colonial Hydra. So extremely, extremely good. Pelucranos, very cheap. This is cool because you could play it before Vorinclex. Then you could do the Monstrosity. Deals X damage, divide any among a number of target creatures your opponents control. Each of those creatures deals X damage equal to its power to Vorinclex, but you can Monstrosity X. So it's good removal if in general, but you can Monstrosity X. You can place X +1/+1 counters on it. Whiptongue Hydra. So technically not an X spell Hydra. It doesn't have the word double, but it's a very good Hydra. One of the problems with green is it's very weak to flying. So Whiptongue Hydra has the reach, and then when ETBs destroy all creatures with flying. So it just fixes that problem. Destroy all creatures with flying. This is a tutor target if you want to destroy your flying. Somebody's playing like a flying deck or a Kalia deck, that has a lot of flying. And then put +1/+1 counter on it for each creature destroyed this way. So it's very, very good destroying those pesky flying creatures. We have 5 Hydras, so not too many, but they're fun. I really like Hydra. I think I have my Xera deck, which is like, a Hydra tribal deck because it has X spell matters. These are mana dorks with +1/+1 counters. Gyre Sage, add a mana for each +1/+1 counter in it. Incubation Druid can add 3 mana if it has +1/+1 counter. Adapting has adapt. Rishkar, again, every creature with +1/+1 counters can now be a Llanowar Elf. Graveyard Hate. These are the good stuff creatures with counters. Scavenging Ooze can, exile cards, but if it exiles a creature, +1/+1 counter. That's right. Tuskguard Captain can outlast and also gives creatures with +1/+1 counters trample. So good there. I love this one, Forgotten Ancient. When a player, you and your opponents, not just opponents, cast a spell, put +1/+1 counter on it, and begin your upkeep, you may move any number of counters from Forgotten Ancients on other creatures, so you can move it around. Remember, the act of moving counters, I believe, would double with Vorinclex. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Chat, comment in the comments section below. But if you move counters, you actually just take it, you remove a counter, and place counter, so you get the double. Loyal Guardian. So this works excellent in Vorinclex because it doesn't do anything without it. So at the beginning of your combat step, put +1/+1. If you control your commander, of course, his lieutenant ability, put +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So therefore, guaranteed, if you control Vorinclex and Loyal Guardian together, you get 2 +1/+1 counters each creature, including Vorinclex itself. Vigor. This is pretty good, really good, not really, really good card. Vigor is one of those things that helps protect your creatures, prevent damage, and also add counters. Because what happens is, if damage will be dealt to another creature you control, prevent that damage, put +1/+1 counter on the creature for each 1 damage prevented this way. So it turns damage into counters. So it's a very good utility creature. Slurk, all ingesting. I think this is just a fun card. This is not necessary, so if you want to cut a card, this is the card to cut. But they're just fun. I enjoy having fun. EDH to me is not about maximizing power, which I could maximize power by adding very, very powerful cards to this deck. But it's fun. Slurk is fun. When it or another creature dies, if it had +1/+1 counters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control that has a +1/+1 counter on it. It has +1/+1 4 times on the card, so we know exactly what that card is for. +1/+1 counters. Bane of Progress. Again, when I play my mono green deck, I like minimum artifacts because instead of a 2 mana mana rock, I can just 2 mana ramp spell. Same difference. So Bane of Progress helps kills a bunch of them. Avengers Zendikar helps you go wide with your plant tokens, but also landfall +1/+1. A very good tutor target with your Garrett emblems and stuff too. So I really like Avengers Zendikar. Another fun creature, Proliferate. Palmbite Druid can do both. Can add +1/+1 counter to a creature or proliferate. Most likely, it's gonna proliferate. So very good card. Evolution Sage basically has landfall proliferate. Very good. I like that one. Renata called to the hunt. Just has creatures ETB with extra +1/+1 counters. That's great. Now this isn't +1/+1 counter themes, but it allows you to go wide. Rampaging Baloth. Again, green decks, I have ramp spells are not mana rocks, but are lands. So going with the Avengers Zendikar theme, I just want to add some fun cards. I love Rampaging Baloth because it allows you to go wide, helps you with Ozolith, Shenanigans, Renata. It'll probably get a counter. You could use Loyal Guardian, give it counters, Forgotten Ancient, stuff like that. Can give it counters. Rishkar can give it counters. So even though it doesn't directly do it +1/+1 counters, it's fun. Another really fun of Apex Devastator. I'm playing green. it's just, I love spinning the wheel 4 times. And this one, the Commander Legends extended art, there's no reminder text, so you just see 4 words cascade 4 times. It is so much fun just to see that. All right, so that's the creature package there. Let's go to the, the main creature package. There's other creatures. Let's go to some of the spells. We have tutors. I love tutoring green. Green Sun Zenith. I play Dryad Arbor, so you can tutor that first turn, ramp. Finale of Devastation. If you have enough mana, just end the game. Natural Order, sack a creature, tutor. So it helps with the Slurk, the ooze thing. Removal is green is not the best for removal, so we got Beast Within, Rex Sage. Those are good tutor targets. These are utility creatures that don't have anything to do with +1/+1 counters again, but are good tutor targets and also can remove things like Trestodon. I think in mono green, it's like almost a staple to me in mono green because you just need some removal because removal is very hard to find in mono green. I mean, it's not as hard to find as it used to be, but again, it's hard enough where you just need some of that. We also have player removal. Triumph of the Hordes. This is the only card with Infect on it. And remember, as with Vorinclex, if you deal 5 damage, it'll double to 10 Infect damage. Kill people. Player removal there. Of course, the best player removal I've seen in mono green or in token go wide strategies, Create with Behemoth. So that is your player removal, I consider it. Still removal, right? Wrapped in Vigor. So here is 2 protection cards that are really good because you want to save your creatures from Wraths. Wrapped in Vigor does not work with Damnation and Wrath of God. Just remember that. Regenerate each creature you control. Just remember that when they play Damnation, you have Wrapped in Vigor in your hand. You're sad, but most of the time you can save your creatures. So it's a good card. Heroic Intervention. Now this works with the Wrath of God or Damnation. Hexproof and Indestructible. So removal, protection, tutors. This is utility creatures. Eternal Witness. Get some card back. Balagad Recovery. Eternal Witness with the land. Mold double face cards. They're very good. Always play Balagad Recovery in almost every green deck. I think every green deck you have. That's just such a good card. Terran Timber Symbiosis. Another mold double face cards. Can get something, a creature. Here we have some card draw. Have the +1/+1 synergy card draw with Armor Craft Judge. believe reprinted in Jumpstart. When ETBs, draw cards for each creature you control, +1/+1 counters it. It's funny. Like, I actually looked at this deck. This deck has insane card draw, and I'm like, I think it has better card draw than a blue deck. Green has gone so far with card draw. It's incredible. Armcraft Judge is good. Inspiring Call. Draw a card for each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter in it. Those creatures, so not every creature, those creatures gain indestructible. So it's card draw and protection. This is incredible. I don't know why I didn't put it with my protection section. I'll just put it there. Incredible card draw, incredible protection. Regal Force, more card draw for each green creature. Harmonize, just draw 3. Return of the Wild Speaker. This is getting pricey. Get this now. Get as many copies you need now. This is one of the best card draw spells and has player removal on it. Non-human creatures you control get +2/+2 until end turn. I think almost all creatures are non-humans. I'm not sure if any creatures are humans. Maybe very few. Let's see here. Elemental. Yeah, we're basically playing, like, that's a human, so that wouldn't work. But we're basically playing all these non-humans. So this is an incredible card. Return of the Wild Speaker. Rishgar's Expertise. Again, draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. Similar text here, but you can cast some more free cards. Look at that. Time Spiral Remastered, Time Shifted, Old Border, Beast Whisper. So we wanted to record this video before Time Spiral Remastered came out, but I ran out of time, so I was like, oh, I had a Beast Whisperer, so I just swapped them out for this Old Border one, just to show. It's pretty fun. More card draw. Guardian Project. Again, insane in EDH. Card draw. Great Henge. Insane. Card draw. I mean, look at this. If you look at this, this is card draw with Inspiring Call. Like, you just draw right through your deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Some are creatures like Regal Force, which you could tutor for. I mean, this deck is gas. Has so much gas. It's crazy. And then you can get some card draw spells back with your Eternal Witness and such. It's It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. We just keep drawing cards, and you're making ton of mana. Great Henge draws cards, make mana. Like, it's just cards galore. Mana, you got some care matches. Acolyte, devotion to mana. Of course, you gotta have Soul Ring. I know it's an artifact. I know Band Procs would kill it, but Soul Ring. Secure Tri-Bouter, get some lands. Into North. I'm not playing any other snow permits other than snow-covered forest, but I say, you know what, instead of Rampant Go, let's go into North, because it's just fun. Nature's Lore, get a forest. So now, I should mention that we are playing this forest Dryad Arbor, so you can get this Dryad Arbor with that, but most of the time you just want to get your snow-covered forest. Here. 3 visits, Cultivate, Kadamas Reach. We are playing this new card from Zendikar Rising, Vastward Surge. This is essentially explosive vegetation, except for if you kick it with 8 mana, which is a lot. So I see as me doing it in one in like every 30 games I play with it. But it does come up. But it hasn't come up for me yet, but it does come up. If you kick it, put 2+1/+1 counters on each creature you control. So very good kicked. But if I have it early, I would play it. I'm probably drawing so many cards that I'm just doing a lot of things. So I'd rather just ramp it 4 and then do other things. Your forest here is a Dryad Arbor, which you could tutor for. Some double mana spells, Ancient Tomb. We got 6 mana commander. We want to get out early. Nykthos, Devotion to Green again. Castle get Garen Break. So these are multi-mana cards. We want to get our Vorinclex out early. Oran Reef, the Vastwood, very good green land, but ETB's tap unfortunately. But put +1/+1 counter each green creature enter the battlefield this turn. So very good Vorinclex again. Harness Bastion, Proliferate. War Room, more card draw. Even more card draw. Just in case you can't draw enough cards. War Room. I believe this should go in every monocolor deck because it's just almost free. You pay 3, pay 1 life, tap it, draw a card. Excellent. Scavenger Grounds, we could have more colors, lands. Graveyard Hate is a thing. Graveyards are crazy nowadays in EDH. All I play is, every pod I play has a graveyard deck. Basically, almost all the time. So cast Scavenger Grounds, Scavenger Ooze, Scavenging Ooze, really good. Blighted Woodland, get some more lands. Myriad Landscape, get some more lands. Snow-covered forest. Unfortunately, I just don't have enough Kaldheim packs to get enough forest, so I use the old Cold Snap ones. Alright, so that is my Vorinclex deck. So I'm going to shuffle it up. But before I do, if you enjoyed this video, give the video a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Help support the channel. There's a TG Player affiliate link in the description below. You can also help to support the channel this way. But right now, I'm going to take these cards, shuffle it up, and do some gold fishing. I love gold fishing. I think during the pandemic, like, gold fishing is just a fun way, even though you can't. Sometimes you can't get together with your friends, or you play over spell table. But gold fishing is just a way to get a hang of the deck and just really, enjoy the cards you have. Right? Sometimes you can't get with friends. You just do gold fishing. You still get to enjoy Magic. You do some deck building and still enjoying Magic. But all right, I'm gonna shuffle this deck, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back. Turn number 1. Let's see what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh man, I was thinking about player draw in Commander. It's all draw, even the first player, which is insane because usually the first player has such an advantage. Let's see what we get. Got a little cool Dryad Arbor here. Can't really Nature's Lore for it, but I would if I could. So we got some ramps. We got 3 lands here. 2 ramp spells. Some counter synergy, of course. So it's a good hand. Gonna play this in the first turn. Ramp, then ramp. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. All right, let's draw our first card. Oh, Nissa Shakes the World. Sweet. Man, if we play Vorinclex, it survives. Play Nissa, Ultimate. Bam, you have all your lands. Most of them. All the forest. Right, let's see what Nissa does. You get an emblem. So shiny. Stained Glass Nissa. Search the library for any number of forest cards. So forest cards. Even Dryad Arbor, but we have it in hand. So, okay, let's take our first turn. Easy. No first turn Soul Ring, Dryad Arbor. It comes into play untapped in the creature section. Cost 0 is your land drop. I know it's a very weird rules. But if you're playing in a tournament, you got to play it up here. But since we're playing EDH casual, we'll play it down here. Draw a card. Blighted Woodland. Okay, more mana. I like this better than Mirrored Landscape sometimes because it comes to play untapped. Even Castle Gambreak versus Dryad Arbor. Enters the battlefield untapped unless you control a force. And it enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a force. But guess what? That's a force. So I'm going to do this. Cast our Nature's Lore. Make things easy. Right? We're going to get a regular snow-covered forest. There we go. All these different cards. And then we are going to shuffle up our deck. Right? Randomize our deck real quick. That's the only thing I don't like about these ramp cards. You guys shuffle your deck, but usually what I do is I would play Nature's Lore, like go do my thing with some other players doing their thing, and then by the time it gets back to me, I'm good to go. I know in EDH you gotta crack appropriately because opposition agent and everything, but here more casual. You just move things along. Turn 3, Whip-Tongue Hydra. So we could do an action card, play Nissa. Let's play our land, so we have 4 mana. Play our Nissa, or just continue ramping with Ashword Surge. Play Renata right here. So I think because we have Castle Gambreak, we're going to cast Vorinclex next turn anyways. So cast Renata, but I think what we want to do is just ramp some more. Let's go hard. We'll ramp Vastwood Surge. We'll get 2 basic lands, 2 more forests, of course. Snow-covered forest, that's what we play because we're in Kaldheim. Get the Cold Snap snow-covered forest, why not? Do some more rampy, because that's what we do in green. All right, play this. Untap all our mana here. Draw our card, turn 4. So this is where the action. This is where everybody's done ramping. It's time for some action. Mirrored Landscape. See, that's what I told you. This plays untapped, this plays tapped, but let's counter mana. We technically have, this will make 6 mana because we tap 4 in Castle Gambreak for Vorinclex. So we have 2 extra mana here. Can we play a 2 mana spell? No. So we'll actually play Mirrored Landscape here. We'll tap our 6. Play Vorinclex. Vorinclex is haste. Attack. Why not? Do some commander damage. It's fun. Okay. So let's say Vorinclex survives. I doubt it, but let's say he does. Turn 5. Draw a card. Garrett Sage. So now we have an untapped land. We come right in with untapped land because we played the Mirrored Landscape last turn because we couldn't play any other play. Bam. This is a creature. Remember that. Let's see what we could do. Whip-Tongue Hydra. But let's just play our Planeswalker, right? Costs 5. So let's play our non-force lands because Nissa would double them. So let's play 5. Nissa, who shakes the world. Except for Nissa, who shakes the world, comes into play with, let's see here, 5, 10 counters. Bam. Insane, I know. Completely insane. So what we'll do is we'll just ultimate her. Put her down to 8 counters. Of course, gotta get the emblem right here. This Nissa emblem. All your lands are indestructible, even Dryad Arbor, of course. Search your deck. Yeah, let's just go through this exercise because it's fun. All the forest into play. I know this is like a broken start, so if you get Vorinclex and Nissa, you just like get all your forest into play. Essentially, the cool part is like the cards you're gonna draw are gas because you have very few non-forest lands left in your deck. So just put all your force into play. Of course, sometimes you might run out of gas and not be able to do things with it, but we have tons of card draw, so not Ancient Tomb. I was about to put that into play. This is not forest. Play. So get all our forest. Put into play all our lands indestructible, which is great. Our Blighted Woodland, Mirrored Landscape do nothing. They're just going to sit there and tap for mana, but that's not bad. Okay, so we do this. Here, put our little tokens back here. Bam, our giant stack of lands, this big, come into play. See what else we could tap. This is 4 mana because we have the Nissa emblem, of course. What can we play? We can play Gyre Sage, Nissa, Voice of Zendikar, or we can play both. Or Renata here. We can play this here. We'll play Gyre Sage first, and then we'll play Renata second. The Gyre Sage will evolve here. Well, either way, I guess if you play Renata first, you play Gyre Sage. Renata will trigger Gyre Sage's. We'll give Gyre Sage 2+1/+1 counters. So either way you tap it, we give Gyre Sage some counters right there. And you know what? Add insult to injury, attack somebody. Of course. All right. Let's take our 6th turn. We untap this mess of lands here. We have tons of mana. Let's see what we draw top deck. Boom. Voracious Hydra. Oh my god. I can't imagine how big that Hydra would be. Drop Nissa. We could drop Whiptongue Hydra. Why not? You know, destroy, tap 3 forest, get, double Whiptongue Hydra. We could make untap a forest, add 2. This is a +1, but you would add 2 because of Vorinclex. Before Whiptongue Hydra will trigger Gyre Sage right here, adding 2 counters to Gyre Sage. Whiptongue Hydra will get 2 counters because of Renata. And let's say it didn't kill any flying creatures. Make it easy. Put this forest here, so they put 3 +1/+1 counters, but instead of 3 counters, you put double 6 counters, so it's a 6/6 forest. Voracious Hydra, we play Nissa. We tap 1 forest and some silly non-forest land, Mirrored Landscape. Play Nissa here, do her -2 ability. So Nissa will come in and play with 6 counters because of Vorinclex. Her -2 down to 4 counters, +1/+1 counter each creature you control, which is doubled. So now we have our 8/8 land, which is cool here. Actually, let's not do Nissa yet. We gotta play our giant Whiptongue Hydra for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. That's 30 mana. This is the 2 green. So it's X is 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40, 42, 43, 44. And then we could do this at 45. X is 45. We'll double the number of counters. I don't even have that many dice left, tell you the truth. We'll just do 4, 5, 45. There we go. We'll come into play. We'll double the number of counters. So we'll go 80, 90. 90 on Voracious Hydra. That's insane. No, it's 45. Double with Vorinclex, double with Voracious Hydra. So it's 180, I believe. I hope I got my math right. 180 counters of Voracious Hydra. Yeah, that's a lot of counters. Then we'll just add some more counters from Nissa. Add +2/+2 counters all over the place. Hit with this 8/8 Vigilance. Vorinclex is 8/8 Trample. Renata's power is equal to your Devotion to Green. Plus the 2 +1/+1 counters. All your lands are indestructible, so this guy can attack willy-nilly. This is great. This is super fun. Of course, this is the fun wombo combo you want to get together here, because you just have so much mana. It feels like it's just infinite there. Yeah, the doubling counters is fun. I think you just need tons of dice. Like I'm like running out of dice. I have all these dice here. I have like 10 dice. I have some cool Spike Feeder dice here too. If you're gonna play this deck, you gotta bring some dice. I'll tell you that. You gotta bring some major dice with you. Anyways, if you enjoy this deck tech, enjoy this deck itself, give this video a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I have the TCG Player affiliate link in the description below, along with the deck list. It definitely helps support the channel, help me make more deck techs, help me afford these cards like Vorinclex. This is a very expensive card, by the way. Very, very expensive card. This is my only copy, actually, and I do want a playset. So help support the channel. And as always, Have a wonderful day.